Value Farm family, welcome back to another episode of The Farm. If you are new here, you are most welcome. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and also turn your notification bells not to miss out on any videos on this channel. And of course, to all our returning subscribers, thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for believing in Value Farm. Thank you so much for supporting and loving the content at Value Farm. We are here to share ideas. We are here to also give you the progress of what we are currently doing at the farm. And of course, we want also to benefit everyone who is watching this video so that you can learn one or two things from the videos that we showcase here, and of course with everything that we are doing at the farm. And if you're thinking about starting a farm, please do not go away, because there's a lot of episodes that you don't want to miss out so that you can benefit from the channel. Well, today we are answering most of your questions that you guys have been requesting us to answer, and this is all about why we don't cut the tails of our pigs, why we don't remove the teeth from the piglets as well. So all that is coming up on this video, and we wanted to share with you guys why we don't do that. So I have my colleagues on standby who are going to definitely come and join me so that they can tell us more about it and also educate us more about piggery. So all the young farmers out there, stay tuned, because you want to learn something from this video. So let's go and meet them so that you can learn something. Come along with me. The team right here with us, and of course they're going to first say hello to you guys and also introduce themselves to you, because maybe some of you are just watching them for the very first time. Let's start from Grafton.
Hi, my name is Grafton. I'm one of the directors here, and today we actually have a very interesting topic, but we'll get into that later. Of course.
I'm Agnes, and if you haven't yet subscribed.
Hello, hi, I'm Prosper, Value Farm Uganda.
Nice.
Wow. So guys, like I already told you, we are answering some of the questions you guys have been leaving in the comment section. Why we don't clip our piglets, why we don't cut their tails, why we leave them long. So of course I have our team here who is also going to tell us more and also educate us more on how and why we do not do that. Advantages, disadvantages, and also, of course, if you're a new farmer out there, this is the platform for you to learn one or two things, new things that you're going to benefit your farm. I know we don't do this on purpose as a team, but I wanted you to also share with them maybe why we are not doing that at the farm.
Okay, like for certain practices that people do, we don't consider doing them we haven't yet done them at our farm because of particular reasons. Let's start with the rings.
Yes.
Like you find very many farmers who are keeping pigs, breeding them, and they put nose rings. It's round. You use like a scissor to have it inserted. The reason why people do it, actually start with why some people opt to do that. People opt to do that because, you remember when the pig is feeding, so it's rooting inside. It normally digs into the ground. If you have concrete, it breaks into the concrete, the dirt. That's why most people do it, so it cannot be able to do all those things, spoil your buildings, eat off other things, and fight.
Yeah, this is true.
Fighting each other. Because you know, when some of them fight each other, when you're not around, they would get injured. We will use money to treat them. So that's why most farmers opt to do it. But it's actually an inhumane act.
That is so true.
So that's why I think at Value Farm we're not opting to do it right now, because of that. We take our pigs as pigs and not just instruments we are breeding.
Exactly, and that is the main reason, by the way, why you're not doing that. But of course, to other farmers, they find it okay. It's okay for them.
And the other reason also why we don't do it, because if someone has seen that our pigs are being kept in structures,
Yeah.
we don't have so many in one particular compartment that they'll be fighting for food,
True.
competing. So the fighting is actually limited.
Limited, yeah.
It's in rare occasions that they can fight. And even if you're feeding them well, like we're doing, so they don't have that need to be competing for food, hence the fights. So that's the reason why we don't do it here.
Wow, that is amazing. Same to the clipping of the teeth, like the way you said, like fighting. We have different sizes of these piglets. When they're weaned, of course, we put them in a whole bunch, but still as they grow, within like a week's time, we see which one is much bigger, which one is smaller, because that is one of the things that makes them to fight fighting for the feeding, fighting for the space. So we try to make sure we monitor the sizes of the piglets so that they do not fight. That is something that is really good at the farm. And we are trying, like the structures, the way you're seeing everything is put together. We want everything to be modern. We want not to really punish these animals.
First, I'm going to first say why many people do this clipping. The main reason they do it is because when those young ones are fighting, they hurt themselves. They bruise themselves. So by this clipping, they are trying to avoid injuring themselves. So they can always avoid that, by like if you have like manners of your pigs fighting, you can always avoid it by giving them enough feeds. I'm putting for them things to make them busy. Now,
Yeah.
like for us who have IMO, our pigs can never fight. So if you have like a floor, or a cement floor, and your pigs are fighting, you put for them something to make them busy. Put like a tire for them to be biting on. That
Yeah.
one is going to take their time.
True.
Yeah, it's going to
I think I've
distract
seen
them.
even some farms where they put metals for them to keep biting.
chain.
So
The
instead
chain.
of inflicting your piglets with that excruciating pain, try to avoid the reason they fight.
Okay.
Yeah, put something to make them busy. Do IMO, then like we always tell them, and you won't get that thing of fighting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, then the tail docking.
Yes.
Again, I'm going to first tell them why people do tail docking. The main reason why people do tail docking, many people who do, is because when those pigs are bored, they'll be picking on their tails.
Yeah.
When they're fighting, they're going to be biting what? Their tails. So they end up doing what? Cutting their tails. And then that's very bad for the reason I'm going to tell them. One of the techniques of animal handling
Yes.
to a pig is to hold it by its tail and lifting it. So how are you going to do that when you have cut its tail? And then it is too much pain on it, because some people are going to tell you when you tail dog, they are going to gain
Grow
weight.
faster.
But then there is no science in that. No, it's not proven. It's very wrong.
Okay.
So leave your pigs with
their tails.
with their tails, because you're not trying to add any value when you do tail dog.
But if you opt to do it when it's young.
Very young.
Like probably like 3 days. Have it done because they heal faster.
They
when
heal
they're
But then
small.
for us, we don't recommend it.
Yeah, we
because
don't.
we don't do it.
So here's the one thing I want to interject. So in this industry we're in, whether you were in pigs or cattle, particularly with pigs, right? People that is within the space, they love the earning they get from these animals, but then they don't really truly take care of them the way they should take care of them. So if you appreciate what it does for you financially, you being able to feed your family, the place you live, your kids going to school, granted, we know no matter what, they're going to ultimately end up going to meet their maker. But here at Value Farm, the way we do things, we want to treat the pigs humanely, because I think the better we treat the animals, the better the life quality, the better the meat will end up being.
True.
Because the more stress the animals are under, the less quality you will get in terms of the overall yield, the way they grow, the way they eat, the way, even when it's time to take them to the abattoir, you want them to actually be in a happy, relaxed state.
Yes.
That's why most people who are within this industry, they always tell you when it's time to actually bring them to the abattoir, or if you're actually taking care of it yourself on your property, you should always let them be separated for some time, and you give them even more feed and you care for them even more until the final time comes where you have to dispatch the animal, right? But most people, especially in this region, they really mistreat those pigs. They don't keep them clean. They're giving them scraps. Now if you're keeping pigs for your personal consumption, then, we would still recommend you treat them humanely. But if you're wanting to do commercial production, the way you treat the animals matter. It reflects on you as the owner,
Sure.
and also shows a high level of disrespect to the clients that you're trying to sell to. Because I can tell you, we visited so many different farms, and we take this place for granted at times because of how we treat our animals. We just assume everybody treat their animals the same, and they really don't. So the best advice I have for you guys here, I see sometimes people just slapping the
Slapping
animals,
them,
kicking
throwing them, yeah,
throwing stuff, and then
shouting at them.
especially the folks who keep them on concrete and they don't have the money to hire additional staff, and you can see the animals are sleeping in their own feces, and that's just not okay. If you're unable to care for the animals, sell them, do something different. But if you want to do this because your heart is in it, the passion is there, caring for the animals also, to me, I view it as an extension of your care for your consumer. Because the way you take care of these pigs, like we want to give them the best so that when they do go out there in the market and you see our name on that label, you know that these pigs were taken care of
Good
to the
care of.
best of our ability. And that goes the same for our goats. It's going to be the same for the type of sheep we're going to have on the market. And, even when we start the home delivery service of our meat, the way we're going to dispatch the animals here at the farm, the way we're going to package the meat when we deliver it to your doorstep, we're going to handle it with care every step of the way.
That is so
That's all
true.
I have to add.
Wow, that is so good. Still to add on what you're saying about like the production, as long as you take your pigs for butcher and the pig is stressed up, you're going to lose so much on the weight, by the way. Because at the end of it all, the pig that was going to weigh maybe 150 kgs, by the time you take that side, by the time it's ready for butcher, it's going to give you less money, So that is one of the things. So you don't have to really stress these animals really so bad. You have to treat them properly. And of course, with the focus of Value Farm, we want to produce premium meat. That's why we try to take all these precautions. We try to make sure we feed them very well. We don't scream at them. We even sing for the piglets. We go to the pen stars and we even interact with them. They come close to us. They're now so friendly. Make them your friends.
If you think about it, right, the lifespan is short, usually 6 months. You want to make it the best
The
6
best.
months they're going to have.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I would urge you guys to do, because let's face it, if they're gonna be born on your, especially for those of us who are into the start to finish, if they're gonna be born on your farm and they're gonna leave this world in your care,
I know.
treat them well.
Exactly.
Have a clean conscience at least.
Yeah, actually, if you're a farmer and you ever go to your room of your animals and you see your animals not coming to you, just know you treat them badly.
Badly.
If you see them running away from you, you're not a good farmer.
Even if you're the owner
you're
of
not
the farm.
taking good care of
And
them.
when you come to a farm and the animals are running away from
Scared.
the
you know,
employees,
they
you
don't
know
know
there's
you.
something wrong.
They don't like you because the way you treat them.
Yeah.
Then I want to go back to the teeth clipping. Again, I want to talk about why other people prefer teeth clipping. They say when you don't teeth clip your piglets, they are going to damage, to bite the teeth of the mother. So that when they bite, then the mom is going to get sick. But again, when you teeth clip, you're opening the teeth of that piglet. So you're also making it vulnerable. Bacteria are going to enter through that place where you have opened. So they are going to get sick. And piglets are not easy to treat. So you'd rather treat the mom other than like getting a serious problem with your piglets. Yeah, so this clipping, we don't recommend it also.
Okay.
That damage, that painful,
Procedure.
Yeah, that painful procedure.
Wow, that is really so nice.
I know this might be a bit controversial, but this is a matter of preference, but some farmers don't do castration, some do. Here we've opted to do it to some degree. We're testing it out, but we'll see, if it actually makes a difference. Because for us, we're doing start to finish.
Yeah.
And for those of you out there who's purchased either a he goat or male goat that ended up with the male goat smell, it's the same thing with the male pigs, right?
Yeah.
If they're uncastrated and you let them go till the 6-month time frame, then
The meat is
gonna have that urine smell
Stench.
that we all
That
hate,
stench.
that smell that we all hate. And so that's something we're testing because, the way we want to do things here, we want to be fully transparent. I don't know if you guys have experienced this. When you go to the supermarket and you try to buy goat, they will never tell you whether it's a male or female goat.
Yes, they can't.
And it's the same thing with the pigs, right? Most of these farmers, a lot of them don't bother to castrate. However, if you buy pork from a mature male pig and you cook that pork, not only will your neighbors be upset with you, but the pork is going to taste like you know what.
Yeah.
So, you know what? We're really trying to see if we can find a happy medium where we've actually castrated some of the pigs, but not all of them. It's a small sample size to see if it really makes a difference, but also trying to find the sweet spot for the uncastrated male pigs to see how long we can let them go without the meat getting actually damaged, right?
Yeah,
With the
true.
smell. So it's something we're experimenting, but some people like to castrate because the pigs get larger faster,
Yeah, true.
particularly if they want to fatten them for slaughter. But then some people just don't because they just either don't have the expertise to do it or don't care to do it. So it's a matter of preference.
It when they're younger.
Yeah.
When they're younger,
Exactly.
they heal faster, the pain is less, and do it
Usually
properly.
3 days.
3 days.
From birth. Yeah, because that's when they heal quickly.
Quickly, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Wow, guys, I think you've really learned one or two things from this video. There's a lot we've talked about, and this is very beneficial to everyone who is starting a farm there. We have so many aspiring farmers out there. They always reach out to us here, like, I want to start a farm, I want to do piggery, but I don't know where to start from. I want to do something like yours at Value Farm. So you watching these videos, guys, this is better preparation for you to make sure that when you start like this, you're well equipped, you know everything that you're going to be doing at your farm. So tell your friends who want also to become farmers like you that we have a lot here.
I'm sorry. I also want a small interjection here.
Okay.
So guys, we get a ton of phone calls and inquiries about our piglets here at the farm. A lot of you guys want to know, why we price them the way that we do.
Yep.
So when it comes to buying pigs or buying any kind of breed, if you want to go into farming, most people just think, oh, let me just put up a structure and go get whatever animal or whatever stock you can find. And the reality here, when you go cheap on your genetics, you're gonna end up spending more money. If you're the type of person, whether you're from Kampala or you're from the village or you like in Jamaica, Haiti, Sakpase, my people,
Ça passe.
you just know this, right? Spend a little bit of money up front, a little bit more money up front now to get a much greater yield and a better return on your investment. Because if you go cheap on the genetics, no matter how great your food mix is, no matter what you're feeding these pigs, they will never grow at the
faster.
same rate.
True.
You're gonna have to keep your pigs an extra 3 months before you can bring them to market. And when you calculate the price you're gonna spend in feeding those pigs for the
going
extra
to be
time
high.
frame, you're actually spending more money raising an inferior breed versus you spending an extra, let's say $50 or 100,000 shillings to get the proper breed right from the beginning. I mean, it's a worthy investment. If you're gonna make the commitment to farming, and if you're not willing to make the sacrifice to actually do what's necessary to give you a head start, then you actually fighting this game with one arm tied behind your back for the following reason. Most people, when they start cheap. And when you get a piglet, it's usually between 6 weeks to 2 months, right?
Yep.
But then by the time you breed that pig, it's about 7 months, 6 to 7 months, right?
Yep.
When you realize that you made a mistake after that pig farrows 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days
3
later,
days, yeah.
and then you notice that your piglets are not going at the right rate, and you're noticing that you're not getting the yield on your investment, it sets you back almost a whole year. So better to start out the right way, spend a little bit more upfront, and it doesn't have to be with us, it could be wherever you are, but think about genetics and how they'll be able to convert what you're feeding them into actual yield on the product.
Farmers should always avoid getting their pigs stunted.
Yeah.
Because if a pig is stunted, it eats the same food.
That is so true. The big ones are also taking.
So you're having it, you're feeding it like a lot, yet it's not growing. So start early. Know what you're supposed to be doing. Do things right when you're at the early
stages.
Avoid unnecessary
Spending at the end of it.
At the end of it all. Don't try to be calculative and then give them little when they are young, because they are going to be stunted.
Yeah.
And then you end up losing too much.
That is so true. Wow. Thank you so much, team. Thank you so much, Agnes and Prosper, for everything that you've been doing here. Grafton, thank you so much for your knowledge, everything that you've been here at the forefront, making sure everything is running at the right pace. And of course, you guys giving us more morale, motivation to push forward. We really appreciate you guys. Please tell your friends that we have so much at Value Farm, and there's more that you should really expect from Value Farm. Yeah, that is it for today. Please subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.